has turned to a message to this messed generation. Yeah, so Deep Thoughts and Hava Media came together in a production, in a short film. So did they give me what I expect of them? We all know that Deep Thoughts and Hava Media are great production ministry, gospel film production ministries. So when they come together, I mean, two heads are better than one. If they come together, then we should be expecting something explosive, right? So did they give that to us? Me, rather. Did they give that to me? You need to watch this review to find out. Hello, everybody. My name is Oris Daniel, gospel film reviewer and critic. So I'm very delighted to bring another short film review to you all. So as usual, sit back like a chief, like a king. Relax and enjoy the review. The name of the movie I'll be reviewing, it's a Hava Media production. It's titled My Mess. It was produced by Oluwaseyi Durojaiye, directed by Opeyemi Akintunde, Mama Deep Thoughts, and it was written by Oluwaseyi Durojaiye. And the DOP on the set was Iyanu Oluwadebayo. The soundman was Gabriel Yusuf, and then the editors were Yomi Odusina, Gabriel Yusuf, and then Iyanu Oluwadebayo was the supervising editor. So the short film features cast like Oluwaseyi Durojaiye, who played older Victor, and then Finfolu CP Okedare, who played youthful Victor, and then Ayomide Ade, who played younger Victor, and then Opeyemi Akintunde, who played Victor's mom, and then Becky Olorunpomi Becky G, who played Victor's teacher. So before I finally read the short film, let me be giving you a brief summary of the storyline. It tells the story of a young boy named Victor who was rejected by everybody, his parents, his teachers in school, because he was so dull, so foolish, and was not just a child to connect with, because he was not not smart. He was so dull, sluggish, and his thinking ability so slow. I think he had a problem, something like that. So this made everyone to reject him, to despise him. His teacher in school insulted him and despised him and wrote him off. His parents also did the same, wish they never gave birth to him. He grew up to become youthful Victor, played by Finfolu CP Okedare. And then the frustration continued in the sense that he went to join a gang because he was frustrated. He went to join a gang, and then even in the gang, he was rejected by the gang because he wasn't smart. We all know gangs. They won't keep they need smart people in their clique. So if you're foolish, they won't keep you in their clique so that you don't mess them up. Yeah, so he was rejected by the gang as well. And then he decided to commit suicide because of the frustration. He decided to commit suicide and then went to hang himself on a tree. And then God so kind, thank God, he was delivered. Someone saw him and then and then stopped him from the act of suicide. Someone stopped him, and then I think he went to church and then gave his life to Christ, and then he had a new life in Jesus, and then was determined to become someone better in life, and then he became better. He grew up to become the older Victor, played by Oluwaseyi Durojaiye, and then he became a successful man. So that was all about the short film. And then he started admonishing youths in a conference, telling them that do not let anyone write you off. Do not let anyone zero you out. Do not let anyone determine your destination. I mean, God is the only judge. So that was the moral lesson in the short film. It was beautiful, brilliant message. It was so powerful and great. So I love that about this short film, the message, the writing. Before I finally give you my likes and dislikes about this short film, I would like to give kudos to Oluwaseyi Durojaiye for a brilliant message and a brilliant script writing. I mean, he's beginning to carve a niche for himself in the gospel film world, in the sense that when you watch his production, you attest to the fact that the way he wrote this recent film was more than the last one, and also the way he wrote the last one was more than the previous one. So he's beginning to carve a niche for himself, and he's doing greatly well. I love the message and the way he wrote the script. It was great. Things I love and things I did not like about this short film. Things I love the storyline, I love the script. I've said that earlier before. I love the acting. Finfolu CP Okedare killed that role. I saw the frustration on his face. He brought it out. You could see a frustrated human being in his character, and he did well. Kudos to the director for making him interpret that role well, and kudos to him as well. Also, the little Victor, played by Ayomide Ade. Wow, that kid is so powerful. That kid is so talented. I mean, you could see foolishness in that boy. You could see stupidity in that boy. You could see a dumb child when you look at Ayomide Ade in this short film. He interpreted that role powerfully and excellently. It was so perfect. Kudos to the director for helping him out, because it takes a good director to bring this out, right? So kudos to the director. Also, I love the acting of Opeyemi Akintunde. She's a veteran. We all know her. She did well. I also love Victor's dad. I also love the thugs, the way the thugs acted. I mean, I couldn't fault anybody's acting in this short film. So they all did well. Also, I love the fact that those children in the classroom acted well. Those children behaved like there was no camera on set. Those children behaved like there were no lighting gadgets on set. Those children behaved like there were no crew members on set. It was just like they were just in their normal classroom, and they were so relaxed and okay and balanced. So I love that about their acting. All those children in the classroom, they acted perfectly well, even better than some adults. I mean, it's not easy to control children on a set. I give it to the director, because it's not easy to control children on a set. I mean, I'm a teacher, so I know what it takes to direct children on a set. Making sure that one of them is not looking at the camera, making sure that one of them is not confused because there are gadgets here and there. So I think the director did a great job. Also, I love the direction of the movie. It was great. Straight up to the things I did not like about the short film: the editing transition between the scene where Victor broke a plate and then his mother was shouting at him, the transition to where the thugs were sitting and about to evict Fiyinfolu CP Okedare. The transition between the two scenes was too sudden and too quick. The editor, Opeyemi Akintunde, who was Victor's mom, was still talking, and then the editor just cut it to the next scene. It was too sudden and it was too quick. It was like Rapture. Before I knew it, the scene just went to the next scene. I mean, the transition should have been smoother than that. I mean, the editor should have worked on that. Also, the narration of the, I don't know who did the narration. I don't know who was narrating. I mean, if it's the older Victor, who was already a successful man, he was like, my parents rejected me, which is correct. I mean, it's in the past, right? And then he went on to say, school rejected me, which is correct. Rejected, past tense, right? And then he said, the whole world has ended. It is over. My life is useless. And then it became present tense. So I didn't know if it was the older Victor who was talking or the youthful Victor. If it's the youthful Victor, then it should be, my life. If it's the youthful Victor, then it should be, my life is useless, because it's happening presently. If it's the youthful Victor, then it should be, my life is worthless. The whole world has ended. It is over. Then if it is the older Victor, then it should be, my life was useless. My life was worthless. The whole world rejected me. My life was over. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I mean, the older Victor is telling a testimony of what happened in the past, right? So it should not be is. Then if it's the younger Victor, then it should be is. So I didn't understand who was giving that narration at some point. I didn't understand. I mean, when the youthful Victor was walking on the streets, I didn't understand who was narrating. So that was a kind of confusing to me. So I did not understand that. I wish they made it clearer to me who was doing the narration. Then the last thing I did not like about the short film was the suicide scene where Fiyinfolu CP Okedare was about to commit suicide. I mean, that place is not a place to commit suicide, in the sense that the place was so clear, there was a bench there. I mean, someone who wants to commit suicide will go to the forest, you know. Someone who wants to commit suicide will go to a place where no one can see him. They should have gone to a forest. They should have gone to a forest for him to commit that suicide, not in that place. A bench was even there. Can you imagine that? A bench was even there, and then he climbed the bench. The place was even clear. There were no bushes around. It was clear, sandy, and then somebody saw him. Somebody who wants to commit suicide genuinely would go to a forest, so they should have gone to a thick forest. I mean, his frustration should be what should take him to a thick forest. Still, you would say it's God that wants to save him, right? That was why he stayed in that location. That was why he committed the suicide in that location. But even in the forest, there can be a farmer in the forest who will see him from far and come to his rescue. There can be a hunter in the forest who will see him from far and come to his rescue. I mean, that scene where he committed that suicide was absolutely not okay for me. I wish they went to a forest and then let someone else in the forest see him. Maybe someone passing by in the forest see him. I think that should have worked better than that scene, because that scene where they were only shows he was not really serious to commit the suicide. I mean, someone who is frustrated shouldn't want anybody to see him. That desire will make him go to the forest to commit that suicide. Okay? So those were the only things I did not like about the short film. It's a great one. It's a brilliant one. I love the storyline. I love the message. I love the production quality. I love the writing. I love this short film. It was powerfully great. At last, I'll be rating this short film a 3.9/5. Go and see it. It's already uploaded on Oluwaseyi Durojaiye's YouTube channel and Facebook page. Go and see it and come back. Let's discuss in the comment section. Okay, do you agree with what I said? Let me know. Don't you? Let me know. Let's hash it out over in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this movie review. My name remains Oris Daniel. Of course, keep your fingers crossed for more gospel film reviews from me. Bye for now. I'll see you all later in the next one.